Hi guys. Um, I've got to get a video out. I'm trying to get it together from my accident. Still having problems with my speech, with concentration, dizziness. I have a traumatic brain injury that I received from an accident. I'm not going to get too much into that, but if my speech starts to go crazy, or if I forget what I'm saying, I apologize, but I need to get a video out. I need to try to get back. I need to try to get my life back, little by little. So, I digress. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Pam from Old Hippie Homesteaders, and thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing our video. It really means a lot to us. So today's video is different than what I was going to originally do. A person sent me a video link. They saw a video where a woman was making her own top ramen in a jar, and then it was all dry ingredients, freeze-dried ingredients, and she just set it on a shelf. So I watched the video. I did not comment on the video, but I watched the video, and it got all kinds of things in me thinking. So this person that did the video first of all, took up jar space to hold a few ingredients, because she just put a few ingredients in the jar, sealed it, and then set it on her shelf. And then when she wanted the top ramen meal, she just added hot water. So a few things bothered me during this video. First of all, I use my jars very sparingly, and they're very expensive. And it showed this person, and she had 2 brand new cases of jars. I can't afford that, and most people cannot afford that. And another thing that bothered me was it's top ramen. Top ramen, is very cheap to buy. And I understand there's a lot of preservatives and things in it, but do you really need to use your jar and keep it on a shelf? Now, for those of you that do not have a freeze dryer, that do not have a dehydrator, you can still have the freeze-dried ingredients in your home. And if you're on the food card, you can buy the freeze-dried food at Walmart on your food card, or through Amazon, or wherever your account is. Now, you don't have to buy the big number 10 cans. You can buy the little small cans and keep those ingredients in your home for an emergency, okay? So what this person did, you know what top ramen is. It's noodles and like 2 peas and 2 carrots and water. That's what it is. So you don't need to keep a jar on your shelf with a couple of ingredients and some noodles. So this person bought angel hair pasta, cut it up, put it in the jar, put a few peas in it, some spices, herbs, and that was it. And put the seal on and set it in the jar. That's a total waste. To me, that's a total waste, okay? So if I want to make my own top ramen, I have everything I need because I have a freeze dryer. And I also, before we bought the freeze dryer, I used my dehydrator. So I have my peas, I have green onion, I have corn, I have all my spices, I have my homemade noodles that I cut really thin, and I freeze dried my noodles. So I have my own noodles. I have mushrooms. I have pasta, this white pasta, this Chinese pasta. I have freeze dried chicken. So if you have these items already on your shelf, you don't need to waste a jar, an expensive glass jar, to hold a few items. That's a total waste, okay? That's a total waste. Now, you can You can buy, the little plastic containers that you get at the market. You put your like crab salad and stuff in. Save those. If you want to use that, put a few ingredients in that and save that. You don't have to, you can put it in Mylar. You can put it in a damn Ziploc baggie if you want to. But you don't need to go to the huge expense and all the trouble of putting it in a jar. Seriously. I can grab all these. I can put these in a pot or in a big mug and just add the hot water. And I have my own top ramen. It's my own version. I know where the food came from. I know what spices are in it. It's your own thing, okay? So if you guys do not have a freeze dryer, if you do not have a dehydrator, start getting a few items. Start getting a few freeze-dried items or dehydrate them yourself. Dehydrators, I see dehydrators all the time at the Goodwill, and they're like $5 or $6. Ask people. You don't happen, ask a neighbor. You don't happen to have a dehydrator. Look on Facebook Marketplace. If you have, they were $19 at Harbor Freight. I mean, they're very reasonable. Compared to the cost of a freeze dryer, they're very reasonable. Now, a lot of you have asked me, how did we afford to buy the freeze dryer? We couldn't have. We could not have until the stimulus checks came out. We saved our stimulus checks and we bought the freeze dryer. And then Harvest Right gave us a great deal on it. They upgraded us. They gave us a premier motor. We couldn't afford all that. I ordered the simple, small, black one. They upgraded me to the chrome, the stainless, with the premier motor. That's how we got, and it's a 3 tray. We couldn't afford it otherwise. So you don't need, for the people that watch that video or follow her, she did a good job. But number one, you don't waste your canning jars on stuff like that. Canning jars are very expensive. I have been starting to get, see this jar? This isn't a canning jar. I am trying to turn all of my freeze-dried stuff. I'm trying to stop using these canning jars, and I'm using just store-bought jars. And I have friends saving me their jars. Because my canning, I want to put my canning in these jars, not things that, these don't need to go in a canning jar. These can go in a regular store-bought used jar. Sorry. So, like this, like big pickles and stuff like that come in this kind of jar. And these are my green onions. Okay? So, while we're on that subject of feeding your family, do you see this? This is sold at grocery outlet. It's what it is. It's called vegetable flakes. There's many different versions of it. Many different companies have it. You can it's even on Walmart.com. This is non-GMO. It tells exactly what's in it. It's got onions, carrots, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, green bell peppers, red bell pepper, and parsley. That's it. Okay? So if you didn't grow these and dry them yourself, this is as close to it as you can get. If this is the only thing that you have in your house when shit hits the fan, you can feed your family. You add hot water. You've got vegetable soup. This is it. You don't need to go crazy with all this stuff. I bought this many years ago before I got the freeze dryer. Now that I have the freeze dryer, I never use it. But I keep it in case of an emergency. This has all the vegetables, all the nutrients, everything that you'd want. It doesn't matter if you buy this brand or another brand, or you make it yourself. You can make it yourself and keep it in a big jar. This could help, this could save your family. This tiny little jar. You just add boiling water and you let it sit for a couple minutes and you've got a beautiful vegetable soup right here. So you can either make elaborate top ramen meals and use your jar space, or you can do all of this and you put in it whatever you want. It's your meal. If you guys don't eat chicken, don't put chicken. Find beef, pork. You don't have to put anything in it. If you just want vegetables, just use vegetables. It's your recipe. It's your soup. But what I'm saying is, yes, I watched her video. No, I was not impressed. I don't have the luxury of wasting jars to sit on a shelf with a cute little bow that say top ramen. I don't have the pantry space. I don't have the time to do every single jar like that. I don't have someone helping me like she does. If I want top ramen, I either open a package of top ramen, which is full of preservatives, or I make my own. So if you you can keep these noodles on hand if you like these noodles. If you make your own noodles, you can dry them. You can put them in the dehydrator, you can dry them, you can put them in the freeze dryer, just like I did. Or you can keep them in the bag you buy from the store and keep them on the shelf. Excuse me. So stop trying to, don't copy these videos. Even though it's a good idea, fit the video to yourself, okay? And I'm not telling you to do this either. If you can afford, excuse me, if you can afford this, do this. Add hot water, you've got your own top ramen. Excuse me, guys. If you're able, go to Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has frozen food. Go to Dollar Tree, get some frozen corn. It's $1.25. Put it in your dehydrator or your freeze dryer and put it in a jar. They also carry vegetables. You can cut up the onion and dry them. Put them in a jar. Whatever you have to do to feed your family, just do it. Just do it. I'm not going to get into all the stuff that's going on in the world, because I'm not qualified to speak on that type of stuff. But these times are scaring the holy crap out of us. My sons are prepping. They're storing their food. They're hunting. They're fortifying their home. They're fortifying their security. We live about an hour or more from Sacramento in California. People in Sacramento, excuse me, they're missing their chickens. They're missing their rabbits. They're missing their pigs. They're missing their goats. The illegals are getting so bad that they're just coming in at night They don't like the food they're being fed at the shelters or at the hotels. So they're going out at night and they're stealing people's farm animals. And most of these animals that are being taken out of normal backyards in neighborhoods, they're pets. They're not a farm animal. These are people that live in normal neighborhoods that have a chicken or two as a pet for their children, or their children have a potbelly pig, or they have a couple rabbits that are pets, or they show them in 4-H. They're not meant for eating. And these people are coming in, and they have been, sorry, my brain's freezing. They have been caught on video taking these animals, chasing down these animals that have never had anything mean happen to them in their life. And they're on video chasing and whacking these poor animals that are pets. So you guys need to step up your food supply. You need to step up your home security and your family safety. I get messages every day. I get hundreds of messages every day from people that know what's going on in this country more than I do. And it scares me when I read these messages. So, this video I was going to show you how to make top ramen. Everybody knows how to make top ramen. It's not like rocket science. It's a few ingredients. Like I said, it's hot water, a couple pieces of corn, a couple of peas, and maybe if you're lucky, there's meat in it. But you don't even know what kind of meat. So, I don't waste my jars on something that trivial. If you want to put your top ramen mix, if you choose to make it, if you want to put your mix in a store-bought jar, that's cool. But for me, my canning jars are for my canning, and I don't share them. And when I give them out, I get them back. If I don't get them back, you don't get any more of my home canned goods. They're too expensive. I know a lady that threw out canning jars. Her daughter gave her canning jars full of goodies for Christmas. She threw the jars away. These are very expensive. So if you want to make your own top ramen, you either buy it and save it and put it on your pantry shelf, or you make your own out of your ingredients. But there's no use, to me, there's no use of a jar sitting on the shelf that has a couple ingredients that maybe one day you might add hot water to make top ramen. I see no point of that. For me, this is more logical. The peas, the onions, you can use beans, whatever you want. You keep these things on your shelf in your pantry. Keep your pantry stocked. You have to have a full pantry. Keep your pantry stocked. I'm not only going to use these peas when I make top ramen, if I ever make top ramen, I'm going to add it to my soups, my stews. I can cook this down and I can make split pea soup. These onions go into everything. They go into my fajitas, they go into my soups, my stews, anything I want green onions for. All I have to do is take a handful out, put them in a bowl, add a couple drops of water, and I reconstitute them. I cut them up and I put them in chicken salad, tuna salad, whatever. Okay? The corn. I use a lot of this when I make my potato soup. I reconstitute it, I put it in water, and we have corn for dinner. I add it to my chicken my chicken pot pies and all kinds of stuff. You can eat it right here by itself. It's candy. It's like candy. It's so sweet. The noodles. Buy store-bought noodles or make your own. If you don't have a freeze dryer or a dehydrator, stock up on store-bought noodles. They're a Dollar Tree. Stock up on them. I freeze-dried my chicken. I went through my freezer the other day and I found chicken. For some stupid reason, it was 2 large chicken breasts in a Ziploc baggie. Just a sandwich baggie. I never do that. I must have not been thinking. It started to get a little, I can't think. Started to get a little freezer burnt on it. I cut that part off and I freeze dried the rest of it. And now I can add it to whatever I want. Mushrooms. I got these mushrooms at the food bank. They were going to be thrown out. This kind of stuff, nobody touches. Nobody touches the kale, the spinach, the mushrooms. Nobody touches any of that stuff. And it gets thrown out. I snag it. And I bring it home. I wash it and I freeze dry it. You can freeze dry this. You can turn it on as low as your oven goes. You can dry them in your oven. You can dry them in a dehydrator. You can put them on a damn screen in your car when it's hot in the summer, and it will dry your vegetables. So, I hope this video wasn't too confusing. It all started out as a woman making her own top ramen. But it kind of went from there. But thank you for sending me the video link. I've never seen this person's channel. I'm not going to promote her channel. I can hardly promote my own at this point. I just am not with it. But thank you for showing me the video. It was very interesting. Very interesting how she had her kitchen and stuff set up. I'm not into little cutesy tags on my jars, nothing like that. But if that's what she prefers to do, that's okay. But for us, this is more cost effective, and it's a much better option for us to have all our ingredients for anything we need. We just don't set aside a few ingredients in a big jar, a big canning jar, and taking up space on the pantry, in our pantry, on our pantry shelves. I hope this taught you something. It doesn't have to be top ramen. And learn to can. Don't be scared. Learn to can. Start out small. Maybe with some jelly or something. Start out small. And you'll get your confidence up. But I'm telling you guys, there's something going on. And we're not being told. We're not stupid. We're not going to drink the Kool-Aid and listen to what they say. Think for yourself. Take care of your family. It's your responsibility as a woman in the home to be the keeper of the home. And it's your responsibility to help make that money stretch that your husband brings in or that you bring in. And this is a way of making my money stretch, my husband's money stretch. And I've passed it down to my children. And that's what they're doing now too. So have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. I hope my talking didn't annoy you. And watch your surroundings. I'm dealing with my traumatic brain injury slowly every day. I'm getting a little better every day. The person that hit me had no insurance, a revoked driver's license, and the car hadn't been registered in many years. She could probably sue the crap out of my insurance now and get a new car and money. Isn't that exciting? My car was totaled. Hers was okay. So now we're not going to be buying a car for quite a few months. because I can't drive. What's the point of buying a car if I can't drive? I'm not allowed behind the wheel yet. It's probably going to be quite a few months. So in between now, now and when I feel better, we're trying to save as much money as we can to buy a car. My car was immaculate. Immaculate. They didn't think it was totaled until they put it on the what's it called? Oh my God, I'm sorry. Until they put it on the, not the dump truck, tow truck. They put it on the back of the tow truck, and the back axle broke in half and fell with the tire attached. Surprise! Your car's totaled. So anyway, I digress. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your messages. Please subscribe and click the like button. That'd be so cool, because this is part of our income. YouTube is part of our income. And when you click that like button, I can buy my car a little faster. Thank you, guys. Please watch your surroundings. Watch your family, watch your children, watch your surroundings. Bad stuff going on, guys. Bad stuff. So peace out. Enjoy your week. Thank you so much, guys.